All the boys are at the back door this morning. There's Tux. Well, Ruby's a girl, but I was counting cats. And there's Morris, Marty, and Stripe. And he's off on the normal morning water run. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome.
We're managing to keep them alive out there. They still look good.
Yeah, I agree. They look real good.
The plants at the mailbox are a little bit of a challenge. I ordered here last night with the little half-gallon container. A couple times I was out. I've been watering stuff, but not with the hose, just coming out with watering cans. Well, I use these half-gallon jugs because I can fill them up inside where I won't get mosquito bit, and then I just rush out with them, pour them someplace, and next time I'm out I bring them again. Well, about 20-30 minutes later, we're off. I got caught up writing a little Facebook post about Ruby's overnight charging. Just trying to tell a story for non-EV drivers so they get the I leave full in the morning story. She's got 209 miles. The garage is pretty hot. I expect she cycled the AC. Plus, Dawn's been running the AC for me. Foot on the brake. Close the door. Yeah, now that I'm back on the road 5 days a week for a sizable distance, I am back to, I guess, trying to help drive people to feel comfortable moving over to EVs and sharing information that's helpful. That was really hard to do during the COVID times, during the year that wasn't. We weren't driving very much. But Ruby completed charge at about 3:30 a.m. I'm doing the speed limit and the lights red up here, but that was really important to that person to do that. That's the kind of crap I'm having to put up with all day. I put Ruby on traffic aware cruise control, so I was doing the speed limit. I guess I won't take that too personal that they did that, but you know, obviously if I'd have wanted to speed up and keep them from going around, that wouldn't have been too hard to do. Just let those people go on. Anyway, as I was saying, Ruby finished charging at 3:30 a.m. and I'm sure this person's going to pass that other car too in a no passing zone. So like I said, not personal. It's also not okay to pass in the center lane like that, but you know, sorry, I'm distracted. Distracted by people driving like they shouldn't. But she went from 25% to 80% between 8:30 last night and 3:30 this morning, and TeslaFi calculated that it was $4.29, which came out to about 4 cents a mile, which was a little higher than I would have thought. I thought it was closer to 3 cents a mile, but I did run Climate yesterday for some amount of time while Michelle and I were shopping in Guardian Angel, and it was very hot yesterday, although I think the driving efficiency wasn't too bad. Anyway, I think it's a good story. It's a good story for Tesla's heaviest, I think safe to say, least efficient vehicle in the fleet. I know the story for a Model 3 or a Model Y is better. And on the Facebook post, I asked other EV drivers to comment if they have a similar story they'd like to share. I started to say Tesla drivers, but I was trying to be fair because I do have some non-Tesla driving friends that may want to share their story as well, and that would be okay as long as they do it nicely. But yeah, charged up and ready to go this morning. There, that'll be today's title, charged and ready. I have so much trouble coming up with titles. I swear it can take me 10 minutes a night just to come up with something sometimes. Some days it's obvious and other days it's not so obvious. We're on time. It's 79 and hazy. Not anything too crazy happening out there this morning after that initial incident close to the house. I never really care if I make this light or not, because once I get through the light, you know, oftentimes I go all through the city center and it's green, especially this time of day. So this area right in here is Shaw University. It's more clear on outbound one-way street than the inbound one-way street, but it's Shaw University. So there are several colleges downtown. St. Mary's has a campus. Campbell now has a Raleigh campus. There may be some others I'm not immediately thinking of, but there are several colleges within the city center, not just St. Augustine's where Johnny goes. Really impressed. One of Johnny's classmates is driving his mom's SUV onto campus in the morning, and then I'm sure they switch positions. And he's doing a fantastic job navigating that narrow lane there. I'm really impressed with him. He just went past me. Oops, Friday is garbage truck day. Just fantastic. Thankfully, where they were stopped, there was enough room to go around and nobody coming the other way. So I figured if the bus could navigate it, I could navigate it. Trying to steer clear of the manhole cover there. Not just drifting over the line. Okay, they really are mowing at Moore Square this morning with the electric lawn mowers. They have the vehicle parked out front again, and there's several, you know, the electric ones are green. There is one red piece of equipment that has a gas engine, but there's multiple green electric battery operated lawn mowers out there too. Good job, City of Raleigh. Don watched a video I sent him that I found on YouTube, and they said the main reason they do it is for sound reduction. So I did pay a little bit closer to the pictures posted of the Smithfield's installation of the supercharger at exit 312 on I-40 and Highway 42. Like I said before, that's about 6 miles from where I used to live in Willow Spring. Is very close to Michelle's house. At any point, it does look like it was a slab drop-in installation, and I'm still hoping to get over there possibly today or at least over the weekend and show you what's going on at that location. It's been an easy ride back to Fuquay. No problems, no real irritations, all good. I should be home about 8:15 and ready to go walk with Dawn, which I look forward to every morning despite the heat and being a little tired from getting up early, and I still look forward to it. It's a good time to chat, feel the sun. I'm finding that I'm getting prompted to acknowledge that it's okay to go through stoplights more often than I would like when there's a lead car in front of me that Ruby should just be following through. Obviously right there's no lead car. But I have my following distance set to the maximum amount of 7, which I know some of you will find ludicrous, and others of you will think, wow, that's, you know, good. I get it. Different people have different driving styles and philosophies. But I'm going to try changing it to 6 for the ride in this afternoon and see if that changes anything. So while I'm stopped here, let me do that. Yeah, there we go. It's on 6 now. Say 7, 6. Because that's not going to really alter the distance that much, and it may be just enough closer to the vehicle in front of me that she's more willing to follow through without me having to tap the accelerator or push the sock to tell her to go. Because I am really ready to be out of stoplight monitoring mode acknowledgement. She's 100% been spot on with these lights, and I know you always got to pay attention, and I would, but I just don't feel I need to double check her on it with a, you know, blatant acknowledgement for every light that I go through. That's what I like to see. Tuck's right where I left him. There's Morris. Marty's probably asleep here in the ferns. Although I don't see any orange down there. Oh, there's Marty. Good boys. Good boys. It's that time again. Are we set and ready?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Here we go.
Don and I were talking watering strategies on our way down to the environmental park. Well, with us each hitting up a few plants and me sending Johnny out with half a gallon of water to target a couple others, we're keeping everything going, but this heat wave this week is definitely stressing some of the foliage in the yard. But it'll, you know, we won't have first frost till Halloween, so it's worth it to get through these 2 or 3 weeks of August temps, because we'll get to enjoy them September and October, 2 more months afterward, and it's worth the effort to keep our little jungle at the back door going. Well, I think they're non-biting gnats, but Don and I have walked through several clusters of gnats. It's quite annoying. That hasn't been happening, but with the heat and the thick of the summer, I guess it's to be expected. As long as they don't bite me. No biting allowed. Yeah, just to follow up on that guy that passed me in that other car in the no passing zone this morning. I was sharing the story with Don. You know, he has to listen to all the war stories twice, in person and then when we watch our video, right?
Oh, I don't mind.
It de-stresses me and prepares me for the afternoon war zone, because that is what it feels like in the morning, in particular on the way in, is a war zone. But what I was going to say is that, you know, I didn't know that we'll ever get to every car is driven autonomously, like, you know, those futuristic movies we all watch. But maybe. I think we said before that during this time of mixed, where we have some autonomous cars and some not autonomous cars, there's some danger in that, right? Because the drivers like this morning aren't going to be patient for an autonomous car at all. If they thought I was bad and I wasn't doing anything wrong, the autonomous car may be one notch more hesitant or slow or abiding the law. You know, the autonomous cars aren't going to be programmed to break the law.
They're not going to pass on a double yellow line.
Right, they're not going to pass in no passing zones. They're not going to go 15 miles an hour over the speed limit. They're not going to do any of that stuff. And while drivers that are doing that stuff share the road with them, that can be kind of dangerous, whether there's a human behind the wheel or we get to the point where there's not. But maybe someday we'll have a majority of autonomous cars at least, and those kind of things won't be happening out there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I actually say it's one step worse.
Yeah.
I think that autonomous cars here in this beginning for the next 5 years, 10 years is going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Right.
And most people are going to recognize autonomous cars and say, oh, well, I know I can just pull out in front of that car because it's autonomous, it'll stop.
Right.
You know, they're just going to say, look, oh, I know, like that silly thing, it'll be watching.
Yeah.
It won't hit me. It'll do whatever it can not to crash. And so I can do as stupid as things as I'd like.
Yeah.
And you know that's what's going to happen.
Right. Well, some of that is already happening with some Tesla drivers being tested on the interstate with cars cutting them off to see what, you know,
right.
Testing what they'll do.
Yeah.
Which is totally unsafe and wrong.
Right.
And, yeah.
But that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right, that's one lap around. We're trying to keep it totally straight in our head today. If I film it, we can't forget it. Yeah, I'm sort of not sure how Don and I would go back to me not taking pictures and video daily, because we use it all the time in Google Photos to keep track of when we did this or that, and to look up stuff we did that we need to remember. And it's actually a little bit of a tool for us. And as we get older, I'm sure we're gonna really appreciate it even more. So. And even still, with all the documentation, we still are like, God, we didn't take that picture. How could we have missed that?
Yeah.
So I try to do a good job on things that help us out around the house beside what is fun to put in the video, but it keeps us straight. It's like having people used to write diaries.
Yeah.
All right, that's the second time around. We have not seen the camp kids come out this week, and we're on the same time we have been, so they must have ended camp last week, even though school has not started back for whatever reason. Either that was the plan, or the Delta variant, or the college kids started back so they don't have workers for the camp anymore, or for whatever reason. We didn't see the original schedule, so I walked past the splash pad and I just longed to go stand under the bucket. Who do you think my chances are of persuading Johnny to come with me in his swim gear and just kind of stand around while Mom goes and plays in the water? You think that I can pass the muster there? Either that or go grab Connor or Ariel. You might can, but I think it's, you know, with all the concern about people doing not good stuff with kids, they probably don't want unattended adults going on the splash pad, would be my guess. Even though, you know, I'm a parent and have kids and just want to cool off. But when we get hot out here, you know, I always want to go cool down over there, especially in the morning when they're testing it and there's really nobody over there. Because we live outside the city limits barely, we have to pay $2. I think adults are free with their child. And I think that's a reasonable fee. They've had to do quite a bit of maintenance and rebuilding, and I'm sure it costs money to run it. And I'm not saying that's unfair, but the first year it was free, and then after that they started out of town people, out of city, non-city residents, $2. It really doesn't seem fair when we live so close and other people live 10 miles away can use it for free, but it is what it is. All right, we have exited the loop. That was 3 times around, for sure. All right, how'd we do today?
Pretty good. Pace was 1855 and I did 5,860 steps.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go do my run.
Yeah, we'll be glad to be in the air conditioning today. It's just hot out here.
It is hot today. I have noticed it, no doubt about that.
All right, Donnie, I love you. I'll see you in a few minutes. Don's spending a few minutes while he cools down, helping me water. He even had out the Miracle Grow without me asking. That's fantastic. Everything looks okay, but it really wouldn't hurt if we would get a rain shower. I think I'm gonna blow the driveway real quick before I go take my shower. That'll pick me up another 500 or so steps. Hi, Marty. You're a good boy. Hey, Mart. Hi, good boy. Good boy. Okay, boys, I'm done with the blower. It's safe to come back out. Come out, wherever you are. There you are. Marty, Morrison, Tux, and Stripe. The gang's all here. What you need? Huh? Hi, you gonna help me exercise? I'm just over 8,000 steps. I don't know if I'm going to do 20 minutes today or just 10. I'm more doing it for the arm exercises on the desk cycle, which I am still thoroughly glad that we got. I'm at 14 minutes listening to the fabulous OJs for inspiration and determined to get to more than the 22 I did the last time because I just can't stop short of what I did last time. Okay, that's 25 minutes. Finished out by Everybody's Working for the Weekend. Put on my 200-mile-per-hour music. And yes, I don't really listen to that when I'm driving Ruby because I probably would get a speeding ticket. I'm out here with Gray, quote unquote, cooling off for a few minutes. It's not cool out here. Waiting a few minutes before I go set in the shower. She's appreciative, she's purring, she's happy. I decided to sit in the other comfy chair instead of down on the wood. I'm gonna work on my building for maybe an hour. I'd like to do this window area, this hole on the end. It's not 100% the next step, but it is a standalone thing that can be done. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Well, I've definitely made good progress. I am at the very top, wherever you see the flat pieces. And I did complete the window over here, the bow window, and brought the chimney up to the right height. And let's see, I need to do the columns on the porch. I need to do that. This may change. That was a little bit different than what they had called for. But I am waiting on some 2x8s to span these windows so I can finish topping it off here, here, and here. And then I need to do a side door over here with a little roof, and of course the porch roof. So I would say I have a solid another day on the first floor before it's done. And that also involves these parts coming. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I have plenty to do though. You know, I'm going to put grass and flowers along the edges. I can always start on the second floor. I've got a ton of furniture to do on the first floor, so I'm not at a standstill. Although I am waiting on just a few parts. The boys have been there by the bench for hours. Well, the whole time I was working on Lego stuff. It is, it's really stifling hot out here. It's the hottest I've actually just stood outside and felt. Maybe that's because I'm really super air conditioned right now and it makes it seem that way, but wow. Oh, Don's got the air conditioner going in the garage. It feels much better in here than out there. Good afternoon, Ruby. Wow, traffic coming through Fuquay around lunchtime on a Friday afternoon. It's congested. I've already lost several minutes. It was like 2:03 arrival and now it's 2:06 arrival. And I'm not surprised. That was kind of scary. The guy behind me didn't slow up very quick. Ruby braked for the person in front like she should have, but the person behind wasn't paying attention. Gotta love it. Not. Mixed in with a good bit of congested traffic this afternoon. Like I said, Friday the traffic is just busier. I didn't get any caffeine before I left the house and I'm wishing I had some right about now. Ruby says it's 97 out there. It's good I'm gonna be at the school at 2:06. That way Johnny won't be waiting out in the heat very long. It's just not a day you want to be standing around out in the heat. Well, I certainly think the clouds in the sky are pretty and could mean we're gonna get some rain this afternoon. It just looks like it's working on that heat of the day thunderstorm pop-up thing. Guess time will tell. I don't really want to get caught in it, so after I'm home will work for me, although I do have to go back out for Taekwondo tonight. Well, this is the earliest I've been on the loop. I sort of see how it works now. During pickup, there's quite a few cars in front of me. Whereas by the, when I get here about 5 minutes later, I've just pretty much been driving around and no one's been in front. No big deal. I'm just, I do see, what it's like. So, you got in the car this afternoon and you seem like you're in a really good mood. You've been talkative and telling me about your day. Why don't you share a little bit?
Well, it's been going good. College classes are going well. I have math 135 and English composition 131 for the 2 college classes, and those are going pretty well so far. The professors are good, so but it's interesting also having professors.
Right. Well, that's good to hear. And the high school classes are okay too, right?
Yeah, they're going well.
Business or entrepreneurship?
I have American history and more in entrepreneurship.
Are you able to get in between all of your classes okay?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, and he's, SAU has been giving him they've been having free food for all the people on campus, probably like a start of the school year thing.
Yeah, we all don't think it's gonna last for long, but we all appreciate it.
Right. Yep, it's a little congested here on New Main Street in Fuquay. You can certainly tell it's a Friday. Johnny is fixing the work address for me because navigation hasn't been canceling. So we're trying a slightly different street number to see if that will work. Because I've been like halfway home and going, oh, I've got the work address is still up there. It never canceled out. It's weird. I've only driven 88, nearly 89 miles today, and I've got 116 miles of rated range left. I pulled Ruby in the garage because I don't want her out there baking in the heat. She's already cooled off since I've pulled her in because it was like 98 out there coming out of Raleigh. I will be taking Johnny to Taekwondo around 6:40, so I'll pull her back out then. There are some showers in the area, but it's not looking promising.
Did you get me something? Something for me?
You can open it up the rest of the way. You said it couldn't be too big.
Can't be too big.
And I decided you needed a...
That's right. Now I have my own personal... This is my favorite kind of black cat.
Stuffed.
That's right. It don't poop. It don't eat. It just keeps
It
you
won't...
company.
Well, most important of all, it doesn't headbutt you while you're taking a nap.
Yeah, like the one yesterday.
Midnight woke him up while I was at Taekwondo with Johnny last night.
Very cute.
It's a Gund.
Does that mean something?
Yes, our viewers will know what a GUND is.
It's for ages 1+. Do I qualify? Or is it 1+++++?
Right. Anyway, it's pretty cute. It's almost as cute as the picture. I dropped Johnny off at Taekwondo. I did make the split pea soup while I was at the house with the ham bone and the leftover ham from the spiral ham earlier in the week. And I am going back into Walmart because I'm really going to look at the Hot Wheels for those Cybertrucks. I sort of looked last night, but now that I know that there's a possibility of something really being there, I'm going to take a better look. I might buy some heavy whipping cream. They were out last night. Just something to do while Johnny does his class. It's either this or drive around and play more Pokemon Go, which would be fine, but I have Cybertruck on the brain this evening. No luck now to put them back. Usually the barrels don't go all the way to the bottom, but this one does. All right, it's back the way I found it. I bought one small item. No organic heavy whipping cream tonight either. And tonight they were also out of the non-organic whipping cream. It was not stocked good in there. Maybe they're getting ready to get started, but they were not particularly stocked well. Hello Tesla with the lighted LED word Tesla in the front. I don't know that I've seen that S before. With the red sort of moving on the front there, I suspect it's not really legal. Looks too much like police lights. Even though I'm not leaving out early tomorrow morning because it's Saturday, I'm still plugging her in and charging her back up. I found a way that Stripey Boy likes to play. Hi. Hello. You like that? Is that prey? He does what nighttime does with it. Hi, buddy. You can have your own towel. You can have your own towel to play with. Whoa, that's my leg. Have the towel back. There you go.